Question for this week is, I have a lot of ideas that I want to contribute during meetings at my workplace, but I am always worried that my idea will be rejected or laughed at. Any lessons from the Prophet on this? There's a very interesting story in the time of the Prophet. In the 5th year of Hijrah, the Muslims were waiting with bated breath because the mushrikins of Mecca, about 10,000 of them, and they were ready to enter into Medina, and there was going to be a slaughter because they were so confident that they were going to overwhelm Medina. There was an urgent meeting called by the Prophet ﷺ on how to best defend Medina against 10,000 mushrikins from Mecca. A lot of opinions were discussed, and a young man by the name of Salman Al-Farisi and his new companion, he wasn't from Mecca, he was young and he was new, and he said about how in Persia, where he came from, right, they will build a trench to ward off enemy forces, because when the enemy comes by, when they see a trench, they'll be discouraged from crossing over. And when they cross over eventually, all right, then they will be engaged in a battle. By then, they'll be too exhausted to do so. So he says, build a trench. And that idea was immediately accepted by the Prophet and the companions. Now, we must bear in mind that sometimes our decision not to give an idea is really not out of humility. It can just be arrogance without us realizing it, because we feel that our idea is just too good to be presented in a meeting. Also bear in mind that sometimes our failure to give an idea that we have is actually detrimental to the well-being of the people around us. Who knows, that idea that we give might be the saving grace of our organization, of our movement, of our group of friends who are discussing something. Therefore, do not be shy about giving an idea. Give your ideas. Defend it if you have to, with the best of ethics, and then learn from that process of giving ideas, having it rejected, the rigors of giving ideas. At the same time, another important thing that we need to bear in mind is the ethics of receiving opinions or listening to ideas. You notice the companions didn't actually judge Salman Al-Farisi as being young, as being a new Muslim. No such judgments. They looked at him on the basis of the idea that he gave. So it's important for us to also acknowledge that someone's idea need not necessarily be based on the fact that, oh, he's young, he's new, he's a greenhorn. No, every idea matters. It should be considered, it should be rigorously debated and implemented if need be.